Gang, it is Oracle 684 back here once again, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of some ideas of which celebrities that I have met at some of these conventions that I've gone to who are really down to earth, very pleasant and nice to meet. We all know that sometimes there's some celebrities that are not so nice, not so friendly, but here we go. Alright, the ones that I've met going back from when I first went to Flashback Weekend, Kane Hodder is really awesome. He, when I first met him, I thought I was literally going to pass out because I've never met an actual celebrity before up until 2013. So he was really nice. He kind of played a little bit of the his Jason character, you know, with part of the looks and stuff, you know, everything. But I mean, it was a real blast meeting him. I was really excited. A couple of the people from the Elm Street franchise were really nice to meet, like Jennifer Rubin, Amanda Wyeth. They were really nice. Monica Keena was another one that was really nice. She was from Freddy vs. Jason, and actually her autograph is framed right there. And then Tom Atkins, very down to earth, very fun to talk to. My brother met him again this past Flashback. Really awesome to meet. Very funny guy, you know. The other one, the big one, when I went to Horror Home Weekend in Indianapolis, and I've heard stories about this. And I'm a diehard Friday the 13th fan. The cast of Friday the 13th Part 2, the majority of them were all there. Met every single one of them. There was 8 of them that were there. They were all very down there, very nice, very fan friendly, very great. I remember when I met Amy Steele that day, I had asked her, could you put down this quote on the poster? Or I said it along the lines like, do you do quotes? And she said, sure. So I had the quote written down when they're in the bar scene and she's talking about Jason. Had that written down. He must be out there right now crying for a return, for resurrection. And that's on the poster, guys. That is on the poster. I mean, John Fierre was very sociable. Kristen Baker, another sociable person. Marty Kober, Bill Randolph. What's his name that played Russell Todd, who played Scott, was another nice one. And then the late great Steve Dash was really nice. It was funny when we met him, or I met him, and well, he had to go to the bathroom first, and he says, you know, fellas, can I use the bathroom? I've been sitting here for a while, and like, you know, sure, you know. I mean, of course, some of these celebrities, they are pretty much by themselves. Like Steve Dash didn't have like an agent with him or somebody sitting at his table like taking the money when you give him the money for the autograph. So basically, he was all by his own. It took him quite a few minutes because, you know, those places are like jam-packed at these conventions. But very nice, very down to earth. Just this last weekend when I went to when I went to Flashback Weekend, it was my 4th time. Another nice person to meet, another nice celebrity to meet is Sarina Vincent. Very sweet. I've heard quite a few good things about her, and everything was true. Unfortunately, I didn't get a picture of her because that was extra, and I already spent my money on the final chapter NECA Ultimate Jason Voorhees. But next time when Sarina comes to a convention that I'm going to, I'll re-meet her again. You can meet these guys as many times as you want, and I'll definitely get a picture with her next time around. But yeah, that is basically the ones I met. The one that really wasn't too impressive was, and I don't like saying anything, but maybe when people do get to meet her for the first time, just to be forewarned, Danielle Harris, when I met her at Flashback the one year, her husband was there and her one friend was there. Her one friend was the one that was taking pictures on everybody else's device with Danielle and the fans. And I had asked her husband, did you want me to pay now? And he kind of looked at me like I was dumb. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm like, whoa, I never experienced that. But some fans have told me too, Mike, you're gonna have some celebrities that are gonna be kind of ignorant and not so pleasant. And Danielle was fine. She was fine. She didn't seem like she was bothered by me, but she did have, when she was in her, I think, late teens, early 20s, she had a crazed fan that wrote like threatening letters to her, and this fan basically showed up at her home, and of course he was arrested and now he's in prison. I was watching a live stream yesterday from one of my buddies, Drum Dums. He was explaining the whole thing with about Danielle Harris as well, and you can see, I mean, once you have like a stalker or something, some women end up not trusting people anymore. But I do have to agree with Drum Dums though too. You got a lot of weird fans that go to these conventions, whether it's Comic-Cons, horror conventions. I mean, there's just a lot of weird people that are out there, and you're talking about thousands of people showing up. Of course, horror conventions aren't as big as the Comic-Cons, where they're triple the size, and you're pretty much bumper to bumper, with, you don't know who you're coming across to at these conventions either, But, yeah, I mean, she seemed like she was okay. Danielle was okay with me. I mean, I had asked her questions about, what was like working with WWE superstar Kane in See No Evil 2. And I told her, when I saw him at WrestleMania 22, that was on April, I think it was April 2nd of 2006, back in Chicago. That was a long time ago. And we took a picture together. I had her sign my Halloween 5 11 by 17 inch poster, and I was on my way. But her friend that took the picture on my device was something else. The couple that was in front of me, that was getting the pictures taken on their smartphone, that friend of Danielle's took their phone, basically threw it across the table, and it slid across the table. Well, when I had my Sony CyberShot digital camera, her friend, Danielle's friend, went to go take a couple of shots of it, and she had like that kind of funny look on her face, and she says, "Here, you tell me how it looks." And I'm like, how rude, But I was watching a video of the Q&A that same day, that same Saturday when I went with Danielle on YouTube, and some fan got up. He was asking it was an appropriate question he was asking. There was something wrong with what he was asking, and her response was kind of a ignorant response, just the way she answered it, in the tone she answered it. But I guess that's what happens when you get a stalker and you don't really trust anybody. But if you're not too trusting or too inviting of the fans at these conventions you're attending, then why do you do the conventions? I think I know what it is. It's all about the money, that's what it is. I mean, she was, I still remember the price of the autograph. It was $40. But that was really kind of my disappointing experience with a celebrity. But other honorable mentions for decent celebrities that I've met were George P. Wilbur, who was Michael Myers in Halloween 4, and he was also Michael Myers in half of Halloween 6, and then Don Shanks, Michael Myers from Halloween 5. Really down-to-earth people. And then Alan Howrath, who was the composer for, I think it was Halloween's 2 through 6. Just, very friendly. But other than that, that's it. Just if you're going to meet like people like Danielle Harris, there's a little insight right there. But for the ones that I've announced that were really down to earth, like Sarina Vincent, Tom Atkins, the Friday the 13th Part 2 cast, Kane Hodder, Amanda Wyas, Jennifer Rubin, Monica Keena, they were all really nice to meet. So I'm actually going to go to Days of Dead. That's going to be in Chicago in November. I'm not really sure. They haven't really announced any more guests after the Soska twins, so not really anybody I want to meet yet. But I'm kind of hoping they'll get somebody. If not, then I'm probably going to go ahead and meet Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a die-hard wrestling fan, but I grew up watching wrestling because my father loved it. My two older brothers watched WWF back in the day when, you know, Hulk Hogan, and you had Andre the Giant, Bruce the Barber Beefcake, Demolition, and, you know, all that good stuff. Rick the Model Martel and Coco Beware, and, you know, you had all those guys. I mean, I watch it today, you know, today stuff, which is really, really cool, because the evolution of WWF, which is now WWE, has changed dramatically. You went from the Federation years to the Attitude Era, and now you got the Now era. You know, some of my favorite, you know, wrestlers, you know, of the Now era, and I know I'm going off topic about this, but some of my favorite wrestlers of the Now era are like, you know, the New Day, specifically Big E, which I'm a huge fan of Big E's. I think that group, the New Day, is really, really funny. Then the Iconics, I love the Iconics. They're one of my favorites. Billy Kay, I'm a huge fan of Billy Kay's. But other than that, that is it. Until next time, guys, this is it. Oracle 684 saying goodbye, and have a great Saturday, and stay cool wherever you are.